Shalom, call hello, Yahweh Shemi Hashai, Ba'ashim Dash, double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops of great millstone, even the elders that came before them to tell us truth. Shalom and salutation to all the brothers up into the word in truth and in sincerity, the Holy Elect Tabernacle of David. I'm the Elder Yahshua, back with the WW3 Daily update. Shalom and salutation to you all. We get started right here in 2nd Ezra 16:17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. And here's the point, the beginning of wars. All the wars you see happening right now, this is just the beginning. And the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, bad times. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, so wars, okay? Wars and rumors of war are the order of the day, and that's all you're going to hear about from now until the end. War, 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 war. 2nd Ezra 16:33, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms, the women shall mourn having no husbands, the daughters shall mourn having no helpers. In the wars that we're at the beginning of, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So anyway, dialogue works with Nema and Krapivnik, Crappy. Oh, Stannis Crappy. Going into the blockade was what? Just the beginning of wars. Just the beginning. Whatever that blockade debacle was, it was just the beginning. Take it away.
Hi, everybody. Today's Sunday, May 10th, 2026, and our dear friend, our brother, Stanislav Krapivnik is here with us. Welcome back, Stas.
Thank you. Happy 9th of May, even if it's the 10th of May.
Yeah.
It's still the weekend.
Yeah, happy Victory Day to everyone.
Victory Day.
Stas, let me start with what we've learned moments ago before coming to this live. We've learned that Iran responded to American proposal. We don't know what is in that response, but what we've heard so far from Wall Street Journal, they reported that Iran has refused American demands to dismantle its nuclear facilities. And it's just, I think this was expected from the Iranian part, and not only they're not going to stop enriching uranium on Iranian soil, but they're not going to give their enriched uranium to the United States. We know that because I talk with Iranian people and the people who are important in the government, and they're not going to give it to the United States. But the other point is right now, Donald Trump has changed his mindset just moments ago, said, the war is not over. We are 70% in, and we need more 30%, and we may need 2 more weeks of war. He's basically talking about going to China and getting back, then starting the new round of war. While considering what's going on in the United States, the latest poll shows YouGov polls that 62% of Americans believe that the United States lost the war in Iran, and only 13% say that the United States won the war. Right now, Stas, what is going on with Donald Trump and 70% of the war? What does it mean for the future of the war?
It means that the Trump coins that you bought, I'm talking to the mega crowd, that's the 13% I think they won. Go check the value of them. They're down 94% from their peak. These are the people. I mean, look, you're not going to get reality through these morons. These are hardcore mega androids. These are the people that half of them can barely pay their bills, but they want to be part of Trump's team, and they bought Trump's Trump coins that then was used as leverage to get real money, and then those Trump coins went down from their peak 94%. So, I mean, that's the people that hurrah, we're a great country because we can bomb somebody. We don't know who the hell we're bombing. We can't find them on a map. I'm not quite sure what a map is, because and then it's got letters on there, and you're gonna read that. So that's kind of uninteresting. That's the type of people you're dealing with right there. The 70%, 80%, 90%, 1,000,000%, 1 quadrillion%. What the hell does it matter? Trump's clueless, first of all, on what the actual situation. There was actually Vance. There was a falling out, reported falling out between Vance and Hegseth, because Vance he got the inkling, and a very right inkling, that that Hegseth is just and his people are just bullshitting Trump on what's going on. If you're the president of the United States and your entire brief on the first month of the war was watching 2 to 3 minutes of things blowing up, seriously? I mean, seriously? That's the brief? That's the friggin' brief to the commander in chief of one of the warring parties and how his war is going? Look, there's a birdie. Look, it blew up. And of course, it's only the Americans blowing stuff up. You're not seeing the American stuff blowing up. I mean, this is, I don't know how to describe this. In a modern environment, it's criminal negligence at this point. If the only thing that Trump knows about what was going on was 2-3 minute blow up videos, you might as well go watch some Iranian Lego videos. You'd have a better idea. They're better briefed than the crap that he's getting. I mean, this is insane. This is absolutely, I mean, Biden might have gotten something along the line, but Biden's brain dead for all it matters, unless they pump him up full of amphetamines and coke to get him to do speeches, which he did pretty well when he was wired. I mean, and Trump's apparently not brain dead. I mean, I think there's obvious signs of dementia, at least early stage dementia. But I mean, I don't know how to describe that.
So, okay, so we haven't talked about anything for a whole 5 minutes. Let me find something. I thought they were going to talk about this blockade.
This professional 32 team.
Wow. Anyway, I guess nothing is against the truth. So.
On this cargo ship off the coast of Qatar. Qatar is one of those countries who try to get closer to Iran, to negotiate, to talk with Iranians. If Iran is prepared to go that way against Qatar, just imagine what would happen with Saudi Arabia and UAE. And we know why Saudi Arabia is just feeling somehow a little bit more comfortable than other GCC countries, because they have this pipeline going from, east-west pipeline goes to the Red Sea. And with the case of UAE, they have those 2 ports, which one of them was hit by Iran, the Fujairah port, as they call it. But Iran says that if the situation continue to escalate, they're gonna hit these pipelines. It's not gonna be something, because if the United States starts attacking Iranian infrastructure, they're gonna respond the same way. And I don't know why Netanyahu is somehow putting himself in a position that we have to continue this war, because I don't see Israel being able to offer anything, important to the war. It's all about the war between Iran and the United States. I don't know what Israel is going to offer. They're going to give some more fighter jets to help the United States in attacking Iranian infrastructure, Iranian, hospitals, schools, or something, bridges, power grids, something like this. What else do they have? How are they going to be able to defend themselves if Iran decides to attack them? What we've learned from the Iranian part is that this time around they're going to see new weapons Iran going to show to the United States and Israel. If the war starts again, they're going to introduce new weapons to the theater of war.
Directly after the meeting in China, they'll start the war deal.
And I don't know what does that mean. It means that, they're going to have air defense system, and their air defense system has been updated or improved in the last 4 weeks. And how is that going to be able to hit fighter jets? What we know about the air defense system and their capability to hit fighter jets, as we've learned from Professor Ted Postal, he mentioned various times on this podcast that these air defense systems are so good in hitting fighter jets.
I'm going to take my right leg, and put it upside your left ear. They don't believe that. That's we lie all the time. So you've got to lie all the time. We're all, it's projection. If we constantly lie, everybody else constantly lies, and then they're shocked when it turns out Iran told them the truth. And I don't know what to do. I mean, they've got no strategy.
And it seems that Iran has reached achieved some sort of methodology or some sort of way to saturate the air defense system of these destroyers in the Strait of Hormuz or close in the Persian Gulf, in the Arabian Sea. And they somehow saturate the air defense system, then they hit the destroyer, and right now they've been showing the United States that they can sink them easily. I think that's the next phase of this blockade. If they continue with these escalations, we're going to see these, destroyers being, sunk in the Persian Gulf or maybe.
Okay, so the next phase of the blockade is we're going to see destroyers sunk in the Persian Gulf. Slovakia, not much there. So let's look for Trump. Trump to visit China. Uh, 2026. President Trump to visit China amid Iran war. So if the war is waning or waxing at all because he wants this to look good, okay? China confrontation, concerns rise ahead of Trump-Xi showdown. See, so this is the real news. If there's a lull in the war, which we just saw with these guys sitting there talking about absolutely nothing, right? Because America or Babylon had to pull back a little bit because this visit is very important. And if they go in there and, with all that blood on their hands, they got to make it look like at least, we're acting like we're abiding by the ceasefire or whatever because Xi is watching. So what is this meeting about? Let's look at this real quick and I'll go ahead and close. There's not much going on because of this upcoming meeting with China. What the hell is going on right here? Bear with me, Bubba Show.
Don't let your...
So, and they're certainly not going to report on anything, right? Because they ain't going to stop shelling or missiling, whatever the hell they're over there doing.
Welcome back. Iran's foreign minister meeting with China's top diplomat in Beijing. China reportedly urging Iran to pursue diplomacy and avoid hostilities as it is seeking to position itself as a mediator in the Middle East conflict. Of course, President Trump has been leading the discussions and told us yesterday that it could be ending very soon. Joining me now is Michigan Congressman John Molinar. He's the chairman of the House China Select Committee. Mr. Chairman, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for being here.
Great to be with you, Maria.
Well, where do you see China's role in this Iran conflict at this point?
Well, initially their role has been that they've been enabling Iran. They buy 90% of Iran's oil. They've been supplying parts for military equipment for Iran. They've been helping Iran geolocate and track things with satellites. So they've certainly been on the Iran side of this. If they can move to a more neutral position and be encouragers of Iran to negotiate and bring this to an end, I think that would be constructive. But so far, they have not shown that.
Right.
Okay, so this one says,
If this is the first time you're watching this channel, I break down the frameworks behind the headlines that nobody else is connecting. Subscribe now. It takes 1 second.
says Trump is going to Beijing in 5 days. This is 1 day ago, so that's 4
In
days.
5 days, Donald Trump will fly to Beijing. He will sit across the table from Xi Jinping. 2 men, 2 countries. The most consequential bilateral relationship on earth. And everyone is covering it as a diplomatic opportunity, a chance to resolve the Iran crisis.
A chance to resolve the Iran crisis. So what would he be doing going over there to have this meeting, right? He at least has to wait until the meeting is over to launch a missile, right? Peace and safety. But the point I'm making is the 10 minutes of video that we watched with absolutely no information and bullshit is because they had to, right? They had to step back from the aggression because of this meeting coming in. All right, so.
Chance to stabilize trade, a chance for the 2 most powerful leaders in the world to find common ground. That framing misses everything because there is a pattern in modern history, a pattern that has repeated 4 times.
Okay, so he's trying to predict the future. Anyway, that's the reason why there's a standstill of the war of any kind because of this summit or whatever that they're describing here. So, and this is what's going on. Right? It is the Lord's determination to gather the troops. Joel 3 and 2. In the NIV. Not the NIV, NLT. Joel 3 and 2, I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Yehoshaphat, which is in the Middle East. There I will judge them for harming my people, my special possession for scattering my people among the nations and for dividing up my land. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. Keep our eyes on it, right? A couple of days till the meeting, so they got to play possum. With that, we pray that the elect ratified your brother and peace. Shalom.